Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's JR. You are checking out the Sport Brief. I got a special guest next to me. I had to come into his domain. What would you call this domain, man?
This is the Gimmick Clubhouse 2.
Gimmick Clubhouse 2.
That's what this is called. This is where the Taz show is done. The original Taz show, over 500 episodes, were done Midtown. We're downtown, as you know.
Right.
Midtown was Gimmick Clubhouse Original, OG.
Right.
This is Gimmick Clubhouse Douche.
Okay, I can dig it. People, we're used to seeing me in my studio up in Midtown, JR Sport Brief space, but you got the Taz show here. If you don't know who this man is, he is the human suplex machine. I didn't want to wear Yankee stuff today. I didn't need to go through any equipment. This guy is now announcing on CBS. This is ECW, WWE, TNA. You're all over the place. What's going on with you now? You got this nationally syndicated show with the Moose. What's going on?
Yeah, well, my full-time gig is, to your point, I do morning drive radio across the country on CBS Sports Radio, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern with Mark Malusis. The show is called Taz and the Moose. We cover mainstream sports, very little wrestling. I
love the Moose. Did you have to? I know him personally.
Oh, you know him? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I know
you know him.
Have you had to suplex the Moose yet?
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming. He's all head. He's like a cabbage. So
yeah, he is.
I got to make sure I get him waist. I got to get him waist low to pop him over. His head's massive.
Okay.
So, but he's very intelligent. That's why. He's like, he's like, he yells sometimes. We fight sometimes. We scream, but we love each other.
And you talk about all sports.
It's all sports. We cover not just it's national, right? So it's not just New York sports.
Sure.
We actually kind of veer away at times from New York sports. We cover more blanket mainstream sports. So. You know, and now we're on Sirius Radio with that show, too. It's not just CBS Sports Radio, but it's on Sirius XM Channel 206 across all platforms. So we're everywhere with that. And then I do the Taz show right here, which is more of a podcast, but we do it live, Tuesday, Thursday live, and Friday a podcast drop. So there's a plethora of content with yours truly. So I'm busy.
it's amazing, and just all of the work that you've done is amazing. You know, I gotta kudos to you. There aren't too many folks who go from professional wrestling, and you were physically in the ring beating the snot out of people, and now you have a nationally syndicated radio show, podcast, all of this.
Well, it didn't happen overnight, JR.
Sure.
You know, I mean, it did take. I mean, what helped me if it wasn't for Vince McMahon and a guy named Kevin Dunn.
That's the producer, right?
Yeah,
He's
big time senior executive producer for WWE. Those are the guys that saw something in me to be a broadcaster, and they taught me, and guys like Michael Cole, guys like Jim Ross, they helped groom me. And then for many years, as most know, I was a commentator in WWE and then in TNA, and it segued into doing a podcast for CBS Digital, which segued into the national radio show. But what a lot of people don't know is that I've been itching at radio for decades. I mean, during SmackDown, there was a period where Michael Cole and I almost left WWE to go to Sirius Radio to do a Guy Talk radio show. So I've always had the bug for radio. To me, radio is so much harder than TV because there's no cameras. So now you got to describe visually with your voice, which there's an art form to that, as you know. Different than cameras, you know. Video's in now, obviously. It's always been in. TV's in, digital video.
Different art, different communication.
Right, exactly. And you as a broadcaster, you get it. Radio thing's a little harder. But, you know, if you could talk, you could talk. We get it. But the thing is, I've always had that bug for it, and now I'm fortunate to do it. It definitely didn't happen overnight.
Well, that's cool. Well, I want to touch upon that. There are a few things we're going to talk about here, go through. Obviously, I want to talk to you about Wrestlemania.
Yes.
Today is opening day. You got the New York Mets, and I also understand that you're a former New York Jets fan, and now you like the Bills. But before we get into any of that, today's opening day. You got the Cyclone stuff on. That's the minor league.
Fullback Jones.
I got the New York Mets going right here.
Yes,
you know, we got, you know.
Well, yeah, they got the Cardinals. We got the Cardinals, 1:10 p.m. Eastern. If you, well, you know, it probably happened already if you're watching this on YouTube, right?
Sure.
So, but yeah, so I think we're optimistic as Met fans. I think we should be good. Our pitching looks good. I'm going to be optimistic.
That's it. Listen, the New York Mets got, if 3 out of 5 pitchers stay healthy,
we're good.
The New York Mets should be okay.
Those evil, nasty Nationals with the Nats, that's going to be our biggest thorn in our side.
Well, isn't I have to believe Daniel Murphy is hurt.
But we got to keep him out of the way. Because he's
a killer.
I miss him in that Met uniform. Miss him.
That playoff series that he had, that helped them. And then the next thing you know, he's gone. That guy became a slaughterer, and it's just like, where did this Daniel Murphy come from?
That turns the fan base off. That turns people off. And speaking of turn off, that's kind of what happened with me leaving the Jets, becoming a Bills fan. I know, I hear you.
Oh, boy.
But here's my thing. I've said it before, briefly, I'll just let you know. My whole thing with the Jets is management. Since I'm a little kid, I've been a Jet fan. I've been beaten and pummeled by the Jets management for years. I'm sick of it.
Well, it's different. You go from the Hesses, and now you got the Johnson family. He's been running it for about 20 years now.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
They suck. And here's the thing: I never root against the Jets unless they're playing the Bills. Jets.
Wait. So you're still a Jets fan?
No, I didn't say that. I said I won't root against them.
Okay.
If as long as they're not playing the Bills.
But the Bills, how did you go from
New
1A?
Yorker. It's the only New York team. The Bills, the Jets are from Jersey. The Giants are from Jersey. They train in Jersey. They do everything in Jersey. They used to train at Hofstra. That's the story. I'm a Long Island guy. I left Brooklyn. I live on Long Island. I used to go with my kid. We'd go watch the Jets train at Hofstra. That was the only little just shred of New York in them. And then they left Hofstra.
But they do that because they do not want these guys getting in trouble in the city. They try to keep them as far away. I'm just telling you the logic.
I know the logic. I don't like logic. I like them being the New York Jets, staying in New York. Look on my set.
You're rooting for a team that went to the Super Bowl, like 20 million times, and they lost.
I know that.
Super
I like the underachiever. But
I see that.
They're a New York team. The Buffalo Bills, maybe a Toronto team, but you get my point.
They may be a Toronto team sooner than later. These guys,
close to Toronto.
You know what you need to do? You've seen all these clips of the Buffalo Bill fans going through tables.
Bills Mafia, bro. I'm part of it. No, I'm in the Mafia.
What you should do one day, you need to go up there with the red, white, and blue, and you need to put somebody's ass through a table.
They got to pay me. I love the Bills. I don't leave the house unless you pay me a lot of money. Bro, JR, anybody can tell you that knows me. We're lucky for this here.
Sure.
I don't normally do this.
Right.
I'm kind of a, you're a special guy.
I appreciate it.
So I give you the love, bro.
I rode the short bus for a short amount of time. I'm sorry. I'm not politically correct. I certainly did.
No. But look, I ain't get no hate for the Jets. I ain't get no hate for them. But I had to leave. And
I get it.
Look, in my house, man, I got a beautiful like this ceramic, this very expensive Danbury mint, it's called, of the New York Stock Exchange. Abdul Salam, Joe Klecko, Mark Gastineau, right? Marty Lyons, those four guys. I love those guys when I was a kid watching the Jets, and that's in my house. So, but I'm a Bills fan, but it's tough to just say bye to the Jets.
It could be worse. If you became a New England, if he became a New England Patriots fan, I'd have to question his sanity.
Dude, no, that's never happened.
You know what? But between the Mets and the Jets, it's just like pick your poison here. But the Mets,
exactly.
The Jets. Let's see if they get a quarterback in a few weeks. Well,
the draft's going to be great. There's some great quarterbacks out there. I mean, and the Jets and the Bills are probably going to grab one. I mean, because they're both early up. The Bills went up, Jets went up, and you got guys like Baker Mayfield coming out, guys like Josh Allen coming out.
I interviewed I interviewed JR a few weeks ago.
Which JR? You're JR.
Yeah, the one who took my name.
Oh, good old JR.
Yeah, he took my. He said it. He said it. He said that Baker Mayfield has a great opportunity with the New York Jets. He said, I don't know if that's a good idea. How would he perform here in New York City?
He's going to be a player, no matter where he goes, and the bigger the stage, the better.
I think, look, I love JR, old friend of mine. I'm going to tell you this right now. If Baker Mayfield goes to the Jets, he's a game changer. I don't know if he's going to start right away, but, dude,
he need to keep that guy. He's going to be grabbing his nuts on the sideline. I would love it if he grabbed
Baker Mayfield?
Listen, at this point in life,
bro.
I don't give a damn who the New York Jets select. Just get a guy.
Just give me some W's.
Get a guy who's going to be around for 10 years and help him win.
No, I hear you. I do think Baker Mayfield's a guy that he's a winner. He's proved he's a winner in that Big 12, some legit teams with the Oklahoma Sooners, what he's done, how deep he's taken the team. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's a walk-on. Got a chip on his shoulder, undersized guy. He's pissed, man. Right. And the guy that's motivated like that is going to do big things.
We'll see. And then with the New York Mets, so what do you give them this year? They're going to go to the playoffs if they're healthy, right?
Yes, we're going to go deep. We're going to win the East. I'm making a bold statement. I said it on Taz and the Moose. The Nats are not going to win the East. We're going to win the East. We're going to stay healthy.
Knock on wood.
My lips to God's ears.
Well, I mean, one guy already, Vargas, they pick up Vargas, and the next thing you know, this guy pops a ligament in his elbow.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, welcome to the Mets, brother. It's in the water. Don't drink the water. Oh, they're gonna be pissed at me. I already said too much. Don't drink the water at Citi Field.
Don't.
I think.
And as you know, right, we're on the cusp of WrestleMania. You want to talk about that?
Yes, absolutely.
So I've been fortunate enough to be part of a lot of WrestleManias as a wrestler and more as a commentator. And it's awesome, the spectacle it's become. I think it's just as big as a Super Bowl.
Right.
I really believe that.
They put it went from arenas. No disrespect to the Garden. You fit 20,000 people in there.
Right.
Now
massive stadiums.
times 5.
Yeah, no doubt. It's just mainstream sports. All these different sports verticals from CBS Sports to NBC Sports, Fox Sports, ESPN,
picking it up.
All picking up, and for the past couple of years. So. WrestleMania has become a spectacle that Vince McMahon and Linda McMahon, his wife, the vision they had many years ago, and they put all their marbles in that basket.
What are you looking forward to the most now that it's down in New Orleans? It's going to be in that dome. Is there any match in particular? What are your thoughts on
Nakamura? The main thing I just want to see, I want to see Nakamura and AJ Styles. I think
they're flying all over the place. The elbows. They're going to break a table. It's going to be awesome.
True. I put a poll on my social media account, on my Twitter actually, and I mean thousands of people voted, and everybody like, which match do you want to see most? And I put a bunch of the top matches: Brock, Roman Reigns, all this stuff. Ronda Rousey in the tag match with Kurt Angle. And everybody, I can't remember the percentage, I'm not looking at it now, but it was insane how many people wanted to see the Nakamura and AJ, and I agree with them.
I hope he's in. They say AJ Styles, he's a little hurt.
Banged up. Yeah, but I think he's okay. It's kind of like they're not saying what's wrong with him. I know AJ a long time. He's tough as hell.
He's going to go out there and bust his ass
dude,
regardless.
Don't worry about it.
Put on that show.
His ass off, and he is a machine.
Right.
And Nakamura, as we know, is legit as legit can be. And that's going to be a hard-hitting contest.
Somebody else who's helping with a lot of the mainstream attention is Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
What do you think about her so far? You have a background in judo, and that's her background.
Yes.
How do you think that's going to translate into the ring? Because when she holds a microphone, it's kind of like, no, just beat people up, Ronda. Just don't talk. Just beat people up.
I don't think they started out right with Ronda.
Oh, boy,
I went crazy sitting right here. I went nuts and shit, going crazy. That Stephanie shouldn't have gotten her face like that. You need to, I see a lot of what the Taz character was back in the day in Ronda Rousey and what they should do with her, and you can't get in her face, and you can't have her smiling that much. And she's a pretty girl, pretty smile. They're making it too human, but then she kind of flips the switch. I get that they're making it a little too human. And the thing they got to really back off of is putting her out in the media, doing interviews. That's not her strong suit. And when people are asking her questions, she's getting too emotional about it and getting too annoyed and getting awkward.
In time, though, right?
Yes. But you can't just forward in. She's going right to the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand her star power and her legitimacy. Trust me, I do. But they gotta really be careful what they're doing to her. And
who's the best woman? Who's the best woman talking right now? Would you say it's like Alexa or Charlotte?
I'd say. I mean, I like Sasha Banks. I think she's great.
Right. The boss.
Yeah, the boss.
Right.
Charlotte obviously is. Becky Lynch, a very good talker.
You couldn't put her in the ring right now and say, hey, just go at each other. Like Rock and Austin in '99 and just expect.
No, it's not. This girl's green. Ronda's green. No matter how great she is. Listen, let me tell you something straight up, okay? It's not. This business is not a joke, Just because you were great, legit, UFC champ, women's champ, that don't matter.
Oh, boy.
That don't matter. That'll draw people, and your judo background's awesome. It helped me. It helps you. Judo players fall the same way pro wrestlers fall. It's the same type of fall. So that, you're ahead of the game. Her grappling ability is obviously ahead of the game. But the ability to give your body up, let's see if she can do that. The timing, the little nuances are what makes great pro wrestlers. She don't have that. And it's unfair to the girl to have that. She's so new.
I think she's going to just be whipping on Triple H's ass.
I think you're right.
She'll put the wife, Stephanie in an arm bar, and then Stephanie taps, and that's
I think you might be right.
We just called the match.
We're done. And for that note,
that's that. Where can people find you and keep up with the show, Taz? I keep missing the day.
I'm kind of behind you. Official Taz, @Official Taz on Twitter, 1Z with Official Taz, and go to TazShow.com or iTunes. You can find all my stuff on iTunes, and you know where to find Taz and the Moose on CBS Sports Radio or Sirius XM 206. I'm everywhere. Just Google it.
I'm going to be giving this guy hell forever now. Former New York Jets turned Bills fan.
I know you're mad at me, Gerald, but I love you, man.
I love you too.
I appreciate it.